there's a lot of different clinical manifestations, but these are often the kids that are really sensitive to noise, really sensitive to taste, so have a very difficult time having a broad palate. They're very, their senses are working in overdrive, essentially. Like the tags on the back of their clothing is very irritating to them. There's a lot of just irritations and nervousness, because the nervous system, their brain, is a little bit kind of amped up and overstimulated. So a lot of kids end up in occupational therapy at quite a young age to kind of work through some of these sensory processing disorders. And it's interesting because when you work with two of the pediatricians at my practice have been doing this for a really, really long time. And so they said when they started practicing pediatrics, there was no such thing as sensory disorders. There wasn't, and understanding that before you identify a clinical observation or something, that you're not potentially picking it up, but that it just wasn't quite the same. And obviously we know that we have higher rates of ADD, and it's not just over diagnosis. It's sort of like we're seeing some of the kids coming into the world with a little bit of a harder time neurologically, meaning that they're falling on some of these behavior spectrums, like an ADD spectrum, a sensory processing spectrum.